I'm going to start off by saying this. If there's anything in this video you don't like, feel free to leave. You can get up and walk out of the club. Nobody's going to hold you here. You ain't got to announce you leaving. Just leave. Just don't even comment on the video. Don't click like. Just walk off. Trust me. There's going to be things in this video that will rub you the wrong way. This is that type of channel. Understand where you are. You don't have to be here. Nobody's asking you to be here. You're being here of free will. You can leave of free will as well. So what we're looking at is Sky Harbor Airport here in Phoenix. And you look on the table, look at all those phones on the table. These are the guys who are running this scheme that fills the queue up with tons of phones, not allowing contractors to get online to make money. Look at all those phones they got. These guys are holed up in like this little room. And they do it in the summertime because they're air conditioned in there. They don't want to sit outside and do it. Look at all those phones. This is what we're talking about. I don't have a lot of time because I'm busy, trying to learn this new market using this truck and everything. But I want to make sure that I drop some of these videos of what we've been talking about, the airport people. There's a lot of drivers out there recording what's going on. And for all the people out there, well, I don't believe it. I just think they're just sitting outside chatting and playing cards. Don't worry about them. We know what's going on. I thank all you drivers out there who are recording things going on, sending me videos, sending me snapshots, pictures. I'm still working on a few things. A lot of different people at airports like, Jeff, man, we've been trying to get rid of these people for years. We don't know, Uber knows about it. Riders don't know about it. Nobody on YouTube's talking about it. Every time you post about it on Facebook, they block the comments because they know they doing wrong. If they knew they was doing right, they wouldn't block the comments. They'd be like, no, you could tell people what we doing. We're locking up the queues. We making money. You could tell people. No, they know they doing something wrong. That's why they don't want nobody to know. Keep sending videos. If you guys want to expose this and you guys want to bring this out, this is what we do. They got to start playing the game right. We're contractors here in America. We use American law. We don't use the law from whatever countries they're from. So if they want to come over here and work, come over here and work, make money with us. But trying to block us out of money, block us from providing for our families, that shit's coming to a close real quick. We gonna work on this. That's what I'm talking about. I'm in the studio with the hat because I want to drive with you for a couple of minutes. That's right. No, but for real. Hey, it's been a couple of days that, I tried to use the Uber app. I really tried to use Uber and Lyft over the last couple of days, but private rides were killing it. Man, made like over $600 in the last 2 days. On a Monday, Tuesday, $600. I never do Monday, Tuesday. And I never do $600 on a Monday, Tuesday. But private rides were just banging. I had, I picked up one of my homeboys, like I tell you, if y'all don't have people around you that support you, you got the wrong people around you. My man Orlando and his family, they had to cruise up to ASU. They, son was graduating high school and it was like, hey, Jeff, we want you to be our driver, man. Just get us up there and get us back. I said, you know what? I got you, dog. I got you. He told me the time, the day. Even on the day, he's like, hey, man, can you come in a little early? Yeah, I'll be there early. Don't worry about it, man. Just let me know when to be there. Like I said, when you got people around you supporting you, you got to represent for them. You got to show up and do this right. So anybody out there, if you are a driver, if you got family, if you got friends, if you got coworkers, whatever you got around you, and they're not using you, they playing you. I'm glad I got good people around me because if I had to rely on the apps for the last couple of days, I wouldn't have made it. Orlando and his family took care of me. I mean, Uber was charging $75 each way. So it would have ran about $150 round trip for them. Ran about $150 round trip. And he was like, so I said, you know what? I'll give you this. I'll give you $140. Because I tell you what, even with Uber, if you try to reserve a ride, they're going to charge you $25, $30, reserve it. Then they might charge you surge pricing because after the graduation, it's going to be surge. So then you got to add tip. I mean, it's going to be well over $250 for this trip. So he was like, oh, okay, cool, man. Let's do that then. Let's do that. All right, bet. $140, no problem. After the event, shot me a Venmo, $160. Here you go. Bam. I was like, man, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, man. I know I said $140, but you shot me $160. I appreciate, the tip, man, that really helps. Cause like I said, Uber was only asked for $150, but then you got to tack on all the stuff that Uber would have did. So he gave me $160. I thought it was pretty fair. It was cool. Driving, all of a sudden another Venmo came through. He was like, hey, my wife said, make sure we give you a good tip. Here's another 40. Closed me out at $200. Closed me out on that ride, $200. And it was just from Gilbert over on the 202 and Higley, the 202 in Higley, like 20 miles. Came up 20 miles there, 20 miles back. 40 miles total work. That's it. 40 miles total work. Gave me $200. I was like, man, that's what I'm talking about, man. People like that take care of you. Now, they could have easily said, hey, man, here's the 140 you asked for, and we good with that. Thank you. Sometimes it's not about saving money. It's about just taking care of the people that's taking care of you. And that's why I love having good people around me. Now, I've been in Northern Orlando since, 2018 is when I met this guy. Last time I saw him was 2019. But 2018, last time, was when I met him. He's one of the guys who actually welcomed me to Phoenix or whatever. So always been a great guy, always had great energy. I always check out him and his family on Facebook all the time. And I was like, when I got the message, I was like, Orlando, what's up, my man? Man, I see you on Facebook, man. I see you promoting yourself as a driver and everything. My family needs one. We got an event coming up. Bet, I got you. And this is how we take care of each other. Because even when you know your worth and you say, I know what Uber is charging. If Uber's going to charge you $75, I'm going to probably get about $30-$35 out of that because I know how Uber works. So I'm going to get it. And that was on Uber Black. That was Black SUV. So I'm thinking this is what they're charging. So I know I'm not getting most of that. Even if they was charging surge or everything like that, they would make the rider pay all the surge, but the driver wouldn't get most of it. So for them to come straight at me like that, I appreciate that. That's how you got to get out there and do yourself. I tell y'all, man, advertise on Instagram, advertise on Facebook. If you got to advertise 3 times a day, make sure you are in somebody's news feed showing that you are a driver. Don't just do one advertisement and I advertised earlier this week. You ain't trying hard enough. Because how many Uber and Lyft ads you see coming down your phone every day? 3, 4, 5 in the same hour. Just ad after. That's who you competing with. So if you want to do this, you want to be a driver, get on Facebook, get on Instagram, throw your ads out there, put your car out there. Hey, man, I'm free tomorrow. If anybody needs to book, I'm available for bookings. Do it again in about another hour. You ain't doing nothing but sit in the parking lot anyways. Shoot out an ad. If somebody says, man, I'm tired of seeing your channel always advertising already. You always advertising, man. Be like, listen, I'm tired of your ass using Uber and not using me, and I'm supposed to be your friend. I see you. Oh, yeah, my Uber driver. How the hell you got an Uber driver and you see me advertising all the time? If we homeboys, we cool like that, and you sitting there talking about, yeah, I just had a Lyft ride. How the hell you just have a Lyft ride? And you tell me I'm tired of seeing you advertise. We ain't cool like that. You don't want to use me? That's why I'm glad I got good people around me. Because like I said, just Orlando's family right there took care of me. And then when I went and picked them back up, from the event, it was kind of warm out. So I made sure I had the big SUV. I had cold bottled water in each water holder in each cup holder through the whole truck. Cold bottled water waiting on everybody. They were taking care of me. I mean, it's the least I can do. I could have did better and put wine in everybody's things so everybody could celebrate on the way back. Everybody's, oh, man, I like this wine right here. Couldn't do that, though. So everybody got ice cold water. But that's what I mean. When people are taking care of you, you got to give them an upper level of service. You got to push forward with that service. And don't be scared to get out of the car. I'm somebody who gets out of the car. I make sure I'm opening doors. I make sure I'm doing this. I did forget one thing because when we got to the restaurant afterwards, we were chatting and talking and this and that. I totally forgot. His mother-in-law was so quiet. I forgot she was sitting directly behind me. And luckily her daughter was there too. So her daughter kind of helped her and everything like that. Because we were on the other side talking to the new grad and we were just talking about life and everything. Totally spaced it. And that's an error on my part, Orlando. If you ever watch this video, that's on me. Man, I'm sorry about that. Tell your mom next time she comes out here, hey, I'm going to take her for a Beamer ride. I'll take her out for some ice cream. I like Cold Stone. I'll take your mom out for some ice cream. She'll be like, why is this young guy taking me out for ice cream? Because I forgot you last time, so we're going to go have us some chocolate chicky chunk and some peanut butter crunch. We finna have a good time, lady. Be ready. But for real, though, I appreciate him taking care of me like that, man. And that was just one client for this. That was earlier today. So that was my $200 right there for that 40-mile ride right there. And, good customer service. That's what that was all about. Then another trip I'm going to tell you about, it's going to be right here. I'm going to drop this link because I talked about it earlier and I don't want to regurgitate it. So I'm going to drop this clip, let y'all hear this. Yeah, it's the middle of the night right now. I'm ending my day. I ended my day earlier, like probably around about 5 o'clock p.m. Came home, took a nap, did my, my bar ride real quick, got that out the way. But over the past few days, I haven't really been using the apps. I mean, I had Uber on for a little bit, did a couple of rides on Uber. And that's where I got my $6 ride. I'm going to tell you about the $6 ride. Yeah, a $6 ride, but it's so much more to it. And on Lyft, I just didn't do anything. On Lyft, it was just dead. But over the past couple of days, I made about $600. And none of it came from the apps. The $6 came from the app. Now, the $6 story is this. So I get this, I'm sitting in my house, right where I'm sitting right now, chilling. I get this Excel ride. Oh, it was a Comfort. It was an Uber Comfort ride, $6. So I said, okay, let me run over here and pick this up real quick. So I cruise down the street, pick the guy up. He's like, yeah, man, I just got to, go up here and pick up some wine for my wife or whatever. Our plane, we got stranded here. So I was like, all right, cool. So we were just talking, and he was like, yeah, man, we're supposed to be at a cruise. We're going to miss the cruise and everything. Our flight got screwed up. So, we just kicking back at the hotel. We don't know what to do right now. I said, well, hey, here's my card, man. You know what? If you guys need to ride around town or something like that, take my card. He was like, okay, cool. No problem. So we get to the liquor store, and that's where he ended the ride. So he was like, can you do me a favor? He said, I didn't put my a stop in here. Can you just take me back to the hotel? I said, yeah, I could do that. I said, well, let me just end this ride right here, and I'll just take you back to the hotel. It was like a mile down the street, Arizona Grand. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. So I ended the ride, waited on him to come back outside. He came back out. We just chatting and talking and everything. We only got a mile. So we just cruising. He's like, yeah, I like your energy. You're a great guy, man. So I don't know what it is about you, but I'm glad I met you. Every trip, everything happens for a reason, and that's just what he was saying on the ride back. I said, you know what? Make sure you guys give me a call if you guys need to ride to the hotel, or the airport or something like that over the next day or so. Cool, no problem. About 30, 40 minutes later, phone rings. It's him. Hey, man. My wife, she wants to know if you could take us to go grab something to eat. We want to go over by ASU and pick up something to eat. And I was like, sure. I was like, no problem. I could do that. No problem. So I'll be right over there. Because I had just dropped him off like 30 minutes earlier. Shot down, picked him up. I'm going to tell more to this story. I'm not telling you any amounts right now. No dollar amounts. I'm not telling you no dollar amounts. So picked him up, dropped him and his wife off. First, we kind of cruised by ASU. He's kind of telling me the stories about it. Because he used to go to ASU. He had his business by ASU and everything. So we get there, and the Fat Burger is closed. So I drop him off at Fat Burger. It's closed. So he calls me back. Hey, man, I hope you're not too far. I said, actually, I'm still in the same parking lot. I'm just chilling right now. Oh, cool. Can you pick us up, take us up somewhere else to eat? Because this place is closed. All right, bet. So I picked him up, dropped him over at by Zips and over on Mill Avenue. And that was it. I said, okay, I'll see you guys later. No, because they found somewhere to eat. I took off, just enjoying my day, cruising, doing, again, I'm not telling you any dollar amounts right now. So we're just cruising, I'm cruising, they're eating and everything, not a big deal. Then they finally, call me back. Hey, can you take us back to the hotel? We're ready to go back to the hotel. I'm not too far. I'm still in Tempe. I haven't really went anywhere. I'm still in Tempe. Pick them up. We kind of cruise a little bit. I'll take them over to Tempe Town Lake, show them, because they haven't been here in a long time. Show them Tempe Town Lake. They're like, oh, man, this is cool. So we kind of cruise a little bit, get them back to the hotel and everything like that. And they're like, yeah, we fly to town tomorrow. You going to come pick us up for the airport? I say, I'll pick you up for the flight. So we going over the flight information and everything like that. And he's like, all right, man, thank you so much. Drop him off at the hotel. I come back home. Next, I'm still not telling you no dollar amounts. So I get, I come, wake up the next day. Hey, man, our flight was moved, this and that. Now, I already have an appointment set up with my man Orlando. Now, him and his family have to go to the ASU graduation. They got a high schooler to graduate. So that's at ASU. So I do my Orlando ride all morning. I'm going to tell you more stories about that, too. So I get the Orlando ride done. I had to go grab them. Say, okay, you guys ready at the airport? They ain't got no luggage. It was all on the plane. They got stranded. So get them to the airport. Thank you so much. We're having great talks the whole time, man. We're talking everything from politics to, life, work, kids. We're talking about everything under the sun, having a great conversation. The whole time I was with them all week, for the whole day. Basically, I was their only driver. We had great talks the whole time. So, they finally get to the hotel or whatever. We, shake hands, we hug, and everybody's just chatting and talking. They say, okay, he's like, oh, I can't find my cash. So is it okay if we just Zelle you? I said, cool, Zelle me, no problem, man. Zelle me. I was like, wow. This couple, I'm going to tell you dollar amounts now. This couple, just for even taking him the first mile, the 1 mile that I took him, $60 cash. Here's $60. And I'm telling you all these dollar amounts because you're going to understand, like, they can also come on the channel and they can speak. They're probably going to sub this channel because they know my channel now, because I told them all about the channel. We had good conversations. Get them to dinner, $30. Pick them up here, $40. Drop off the hotel, $100. These are dollar amounts, and we're not going that far. I mean, we're going like 5 miles. 6 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 2 miles. And they're just like taking care of me. They're like, you know what? We just appreciate you so much for just giving up your day, giving up your time just to cart us around and take us around, knowing we're stuck here. We don't have anybody. We love your energy. Glad you gave us your car. And that's just what it was. I'm just dropping them off here and there. I'm kicking back, seeing what are coming through Uber and Lyft. Trash coming through Uber and Lyft. Trash. So I didn't do any Uber. Like I said, I only did like 2 Uber rides, no Lyft. And over the past couple of days, I made $600. So people are like, how the hell are you making all this? Just picking up people. This was a $6 comfort ride is all it started at. $6. It was like a mile and a half to them, a mile to the store. That's all. I was like, $6 for a little less than 3 miles. I'll do that. It turned out to be like over a $200-300 ride. Just throwing money. I mean, $100 airport, $70 for this, $30. I mean, the round trip that I did to ASU and back for dinner, that was like $75. I maybe went like maybe 10 miles. It was just crazy. They were just like, man, just taking care of me. I was like, man, I appreciate this, man. He said, nah, man, we appreciate you, man. We really appreciate you. Didn't even worry about the apps. Didn't even turn the apps on because I was like, these people are here. They're stranded. I'm dropping them off here, I know they're not going to take forever eating. I don't want to be way up in Surprise or way down in Glendale somewhere and they be like, oh, man, we need a ride. So I just kind of hung out in my areas. I just wiped my car down, cleaned my car. I was like their personal driver. And over a period less than 24 hours of just dealing with them, my man Orlando. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the whole Orlando story. It was a great 2 days, and all I had was those 2 private clients. That was it. I had Orlando and his family, and I had these guys from Huntington Beach. That was it, and they took care of me. The apps had nothing to do with it. I did get them off the apps, the $6 ride, but it was much more he needed than just that $6 ride. They were stranded. I happened to be their driver. Now, the reason why I'm dropping these videos and I'm talking about this information is because we've got to make a choice. Are we drivers? Are we contractors? What are we doing? We've got to make a choice. Either you're going to sit on the apps and hope and pray they give you $1 here, $2 here. You're going to hope, or you're going to go out and know what you're worth. You're doing all of this driving, but you're getting half the money. They're taking half in fees, saying, hey, the fee of you driving is worth about as much as you driving. So this $50 ride, we're going to give you $23 to $27 out of this $50, and we'll take the rest. You can do that on your own. I mean, on the apps, y'all see, I didn't put a lot of hours in on the apps, but I got so many Cashapp, so many Venmos, I got Zales going because I'm out in these streets. I'm telling people this is what I feel that I'm worth on this ride, and these apps are not going to pay me that. So if you want to ride with me and you think this ride is worth that much, because you're going to pay it to the app anyways, right? So if you're going to pay it to the app, but not pay it to me, but I'm the one doing your ride, it's probably time for me to go. I got to cancel this ride. I got to get going. And it's not a mean thing to be, but it's like a value. I'm willing to allow you to get in my car. I'm willing to get you from point A to point B, playing some good music, blasting some Jesse Cook, you know, some Lil Uzi Vert, whatever you listen to. We gonna cruise to it. We gonna have some great conversation. We gonna vibe. But if you tell me, well, I'd rather get the money to Uber and let Uber just pay you, then I'm gonna have to cancel this trip. I'm not doing that type of ride. I'm not. Especially if it's a long ride. If it's a short ride, cool. You know what? It's probably $3 a mile, $4 a mile. I do a little short. But when they become long distance rides and I'm getting, you know, $23 to go 20 miles, no, because I know you probably paid about $50 for this ride, $55 for this ride. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, man, I'll do this for $50 real quick. I mean, y'all seen some of my other videos. If you're in my membership group, you know how I did over the weekend. I was doing nothing but cash rides. I had 100% conversion one day, 100% because I had the apps running. Yesterday and today, I didn't have no apps running. Well, before the $6 ride, I had the app running. But other than that, I wasn't running no apps. I was like, forget that, man. Nope, I'm just going to do all private rides. That's it. I don't even want to turn on the apps. I want to set my schedule and get my thing going. And that's why I want to teach people there is a way to do this. A lot of drivers out there, oh, you need the apps. You need them. Without them, you got Facebook and Instagram. You got YouTube. You got a cell phone that you can text people. You have a lot of ways you can market yourself. So to say the only way you're going to get a ride is if the app sends you something and you got and convert it, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. This is a whole world of people out there, people that need rides. You're allowing these people to bypass you and to go to the app. Use your Facebook, your Instagram, text message, word of mouth, post flyers everywhere if you have to. You got to market yourself. Because if you want Uber to market for you, Uber's going to tax you for that. They're going to say, oh, yeah, we're going to take some of your money because we marketed this ride. We're going to take some of the money. We promoted this ride. We're going to take some of the money. But when you go out and you do it for yourself, that's your money now. It ain't going to kill you to sit at your desk where you sitting right now anyways. Probably listen to this video. It ain't going to kill you to say, you know what? I'm going to create like a little post and put it on Facebook real quick just to say, hey, man, this is my nice, clean car. Show the interior, show the exterior. I'm available for driving people to and from work, to and from medical appointments, whatever you want to do. Hey, hit me up. Hit me up. It ain't going to take you. But people are lazy. They don't want to do that. Nah, if you need a ride, just hit Uber and Lyft. I'll get it off of Uber and Lyft. That's why you ain't making no money. Because Uber and Lyft knows there's people out there who are lazy, people who do not want to market themselves. They know that exists. Those people exist. So I'm one of those people who they don't like. I'm a competitor of Uber and Lyft. And you can see it when they say their main competitors is what? Private drivers. They say that. They know we exist. I know I exist. I know people that need rides exist. So we all in this market together. We all ride share together. How you going to get paid is what matters. If you say the apps are going to pay me and that's how I'm going to live, they're going to have you like Minneapolis, making $1.38 a mile, 30-something cents a minute. I mean, even on Hum's a good app. I love it for using commercial insurance and everything. Love that. Some of their rates is about the same as Uber and Lyft. So it's not like, oh, that's going to be amazing. I mean, you might get $1 or $2 more. But for the longer trips, Hum is definitely a good play. I would rather do Hum because they give you time and they give you mileage. Uber and Lyft only gives you mileage. They don't give you time. They give you mileage. Hey, we're going to pay you this much a mile. Or you can say, oh, it's going to be some a minute. I'm going to drive, 20 minutes and I'm getting $13 for 20 minutes. You're not even getting, that's not a lot because then you're not being paid for mileage. So for Hum, I love doing long trips. Like I said, I had one in my last video or maybe, I think I put it in my last video. I picked a guy up, shot him straight up the highway. Yeah, it was in my membership group. Shot him straight up the highway. 15 miles, $37. I love driving like that. And people know if you're going to be out in these streets and you're going to try to make money, you're going to be risking your car. You out here 10, 11, 12 hours. I made all this money. It took me, to get to Orlando, 29 minutes to get from Gilbert to ASU. 29 minutes, not even 30, 29 minutes. On the way back, because there was so much traffic, took us about 40. So in about an hour, 15 minutes, hour, 20 minutes, close to something like that, I made $200. If you tell me I can make $200 in an hour, 15 minutes of work and $200, I can make that hour and 15 minutes. That means every 2.5 hours, you're at $400. Understand what you're doing this for. You're doing this to make a living, not just to pass time. We're not doing this just to make content. We're doing this to put worth inside of your soul. So when you hop in that car and you pick these people up, they respect you, you respect them. You share a moment, you share energy. We were just chatting and talking about life and everything. Me and him and his wife, we were just talking about life. They had no idea who I was, none. We get to talking and somehow we kind of bridged over into politics. And he was like, I don't want to talk politics because I don't like doing that or whatever, this and that. And you know me, I'm proud of who I am. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm just a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Republican. I'm going to tell you right off the rip. I'm not going to try to keep it under the law. I want you to think I'm a Democrat because I'm black. I want you to think I'm a no, I'm going to tell you proud. Yeah, I'm a Republican. I've been one since 2008. I'm a Trump supporter because I believe he's for everybody. He's going to help Democrats and Republicans to make money so we can get this going. As soon as I told him, he was like, oh, thank God, man. He says, you know what? I didn't want to say anything. He says, we're Trump supporters too, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to offend you or nothing. Dude, be proud that you're supporting somebody that loves this country enough to put this country first. That loves this country enough to say, hey, you know what? The citizens in this country deserve the money in this country. We shouldn't be giving this money to other people. We should be taking care of the people. Be proud that you want that person to represent this country. I would not be proud to be like, yeah, I support Biden. Yeah, that's who I support. I wouldn't be proud to, man, hell no. This dude is giving away America. He sold Americans out. I wouldn't be proud of that. But this is when that ride kind of took a turn and we became, the synergy. Me, him, and his wife, we started having great conversations about the economy, about, making a living, what we went through as we were all younger and how we worked to get to where we were. We really took pride into who we were sitting in that car. We weren't just passengers and drivers. We were humans that existed on this planet doing the things that we did to get to where we are, knowing we're worth something. There's a reason why we all cross each other's paths. We're worthy people. And when you're a worthy person, you stop crossing other worthy people's paths. When you're a shit person, you have a lot of shit people in your life. It just happens like that. I mean, energy attracts energy. And there's a reason why we hit it off so well on that little $6 ride in the beginning. There's a reason why, as short as it was, we hit it off. I gave him my card. Everything was cool. I understood their predicament. I said, you know what? I got you, man. I never said a price to him. I never said a price. We never talked about a price. When he said, can you take me back to the hotel? I never gave him a price. I said, yeah, I can. Because I had understood they had already been through something. They had already missed their flight. They already missing their cruise or whatever. I'll take you back to the hotel. That's the least I could do, man. Just the energy of the universe, that's the least I can do. I had no idea this dude was going to give me $60 just for taking him a mile back down the street. I never knew. I never gave him a price. We never spoke price. Everything that this weekend was unspoken. One time he did ask, how much? I said, I don't know, man, like $20. He gave me 40. We did it when I think I was dropping him off after dinner. I said, man, like 20, but he just gave me $40. And I was like, he never asked price. Even today when I dropped him off at the airport, we never spoke price. Hey, how much you gonna charge us to pick us up from the airport? We never talked. He just said, hey, can you pick us up for there? I said, yeah, I can come and get y'all. He said, we ain't got no luggage because we got stranded, so we ain't got no luggage. I said, oh, that's cool. I'll come get you. We never said a price. We never said a price. It was all energy just going back and forth. I could have picked them up and dropped them off, and they could have said thanks and walked off. We never said a price. I never collected anything before any of these trips that I told you about that I took with them, that I collected dime before any trip, not a single one. When you connect with somebody and you feel their energy, you feel their spirit, you know a shit person from somebody who's worthy. I never had to ask them for anything all weekend. They never had to ask me. All they had to say, hey, can you come get me? I got you. Give me like 10 minutes, I'll be there. Hey, give me like 15 minutes, I'll be there. We never said, how much you gonna charge me for that? They never said that. When I dropped them off the airport, it's like, hey, you know what? Appreciate you bringing us to the airport. I'm going to give you cash. Let me see what I got for you. I'm going to give you some cash. He says, you know what? I got too many pockets. I can't find my cash. My wife's going to Zelle you, man. She'll Zelle you. $100. I'm like, from the Arizona Grand to the airport, to Terminal 4. Everybody knows where Arizona Grand is. Arizona Grand to Terminal 4. Zelle me. $100. Here you go. Thank you, man, for taking care of us. Appreciate that. That was how it was the entire time between us. And sometimes you meet people and you got that synergy with them. And I know a lot of people, I only drive Uber Black. I don't drive nothing but Uber Black. Uber Black plays me. I'm the king of Uber Black. Uber Black is the shit. Is Uber Black giving you $100 to go from Arizona Grand to Terminal 4? Anybody in Phoenix, you know that. Does Uber Black pay you that? Does Uber Black pay you $75 round trip from Arizona Grand to Mill Avenue back to Arizona Grand? Do you get $75 round trip for that? Like I'm saying, I don't drive Uber Black because I don't have to. I drive just being black. That's what I am, motherfucker. Are you Uber Black? No, I'm just being black. That's all. I'm not Uber Black. I'm being black. I'm going to scratch out Uber Black. I'm going to scratch out the word Uber. And they're going to say, what's that above? It's just being, motherfucker. I'm just being black. I'm just cruising around being black. I ain't Uber Black. I get paid just for being me. And I go out there and I just give my energy to people. And we chat and we talk and we have a good time. And at the end of that, you pay me what you think is worth. A lot of people, I don't even got to say before, just like with my man Orlando, he asked me ahead of time. He says, hey, what do you think? I said, let me go look. So I looked up Uber Black rates or whatever, black SUV. I said, man, it's like $75. I said, I'll tell you what, because they're going to charge you reservation fee, tip amount, all this crap. You know what? I'll just do it for 70 each way, $140. They end up sliding me 200. I'm just being black. I ain't Uber Black. I told you, I'm just being black. And people appreciate you when you're genuinely who you are and you're unapologetically who you are. When I say I'm a Trump supporter, I don't need to apologize for that because I know why I am. I am because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you win. I want a business person to run this country like a business so you and your family can buy property, buy houses, get less tax. I want to see you win. I don't want to put a loser in the spot just so I can say, hey, we don't got Trump. If the only reason why you don't want Trump as president because you don't want him, that's not good enough for me. You want to be a loser. Some people want to be a loser because it's like pity parties. Everybody wants to be a victim of something sometimes. I just want to be a victim so people feel sorry for me. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for America. I want people to say, man, America's strong. That Trump dude ain't no joke, man. America's strong. We got all these wars going on. Name one war we had during the Trump years. Just name one war. Just name one. I mean, we got all the time in the world. Just name one. Say, hey, these countries were at war. Name one. They knew better. They knew better. Right now, America's not big brother no more. America's like little sister right now. Everybody's doing whatever they want to do. What's America gonna do? Nothing. You got Joe Biden in place. Everybody got dirt on him and dirt on his family. He can't do nothing. This dude can't even scratch his butt. He can't do nothing right now. So everybody's doing whatever they want to do. Just nilly-willy, everybody just firing missiles, shooting people, doing. That's just what's happening right now. America's not big brother no more. So I want to be back on top again. I want to be big brother for all of us, not just Republicans, for everybody. Americans need to be big brother again. We need to come back. And I'm glad when I meet people who understand my point, because me being black and people saying, well, you're being black, you should be Democrat because you're black. Who told you that? Who told you that we're born into slavery right off the bat? Who said you're born into a Democratic plantation right off the bat? You're a Southern Democrat. You're a slave. When you're born, you're a Democrat. You have to convert to Republican. Why can't I just be born Republican? Why do I have to be born a Christian or born Baptist or born a Buddhist? Why can't I just make a choice? When I have conscious mind and I'm aware of my existence, why can't I just make a choice? I made that choice in 2008 because I was indoctrinated to think that because I was black, I had to be Democrat. Oh, if you black, you Democrat. Because if you not Democrat and you black, oh man, you an Uncle Tom. You are Uncle Tom. That's what they do. They don't even tell you why you're a Democrat. They don't even tell you why you shouldn't be Republican. You Uncle Tom, man. You Uncle Tom. You getting off the plantation, man. You Uncle Tom. You got to stay in the field with us picking cotton, man. If you leave the field, you Uncle Tom. You in the house now. You get the Republicans, man. You done moved up north with them Yankees. It's like no, I just like small government. I like people who give us the freedom to negotiate our worth in just life, whether it be a job, a house, a car. Let me negotiate my worth. Don't tell me, I'm going to give you $800 a month, Section 8, $300 a month for groceries. I'm going to do that for you. No. I think I'm worth more than that. Let me go out and I don't want your assistance. Just give me the opportunity, not the assistance. If I had the opportunity, I'll show you what I can do. Because I could blow this shit up real big if you give me the opportunity. But if you hold me down and say, well, we're only going to give you this much and we're going to give you assistance then you hold me down on purpose. It's called control. And that's why I love meeting people who see my point of view. Because when you don't see what I say, I probably can't rock with you that much. And it's nothing mean, nothing bad. It's just we don't jive like that. I can't rock with you like that. You got to go your way with your people. I go my way with my people. And I guarantee my people going to bring you up because that's what we're designed to do. Fight for everybody, not fight against you just to say, oh, we're right. We beat Trump. We beat the Republicans. We're right. Okay, you're right. You won the White House. Look at America now. You happy?